Read it yourself with Peppa Pig. Camping trip. Peppa, George, Mummy Pig and Daddy Pig are going on holiday.
Look,
says Peppa.
here's Daddy.
Hooray, says Mummy. And look, he has a camper van. They all jump in the camper van. Off we go, says Daddy.
We're going on a holiday,
Sings Peppa.
we are going on a holiday in a camper van.
But Daddy Pig is lost. Along comes Grandad Dog.
Can you help us? Asked Peppa. We are lost.
Have you looked at your sat-nav? Asked Grandad Dog. What is a sat-nav? Asked Daddy Pig. A sat-nav helps you find your way, says Grandad Dog.
Wow.
He looks in the camper van and finds a sat-nav for Daddy. The sat-nav tells Daddy the way to go.
We're going on a holiday,
Sings Peppa.
we're going on a holiday in a camper van.
But the camper van is out of oil. Daddy Pig looks for the engine, but he cannot find it. Along comes Mummy Sheep.
Can you help us?
Asked Peppa.
We cannot find our engine.
Mummy Sheep finds the engine in the back of the camper van. Daddy Pig puts oil in the engine and off they go. Look, says Mummy Pig. We are here. Hooray, says Peppa. Time for bed, says Mummy Pig.
But what about our beds?
Asked Peppa.
Our beds are back at home.
Just look here, Daddy Pig tells Peppa, and he presses a big button. Out comes a big bed for Mummy Pig and Daddy Pig.
Wow.
Daddy Pig presses a little button. And here are your beds, he says. This time, 2 little beds come out for Peppa and George. George and Peppa jump into the little beds.
I like this camper van,
Says Peppa.
it is just like home.
Good night, says the sat-nav.
Good night.
Says Peppa. The end. Peppa Pig, George's friend. Peppa and her friends are having lots of fun at the playground today. Peppa is on the roundabout with Susie Sheep and Danny Dog. George is playing in the sandpit with Mummy Pig. Rebecca Rabbit and her little brother Richard Rabbit arrive. Richard has brought his toy dinosaur.
Hello everyone,
Says Rebecca.
please can I play on a roundabout too?
Hop on, Rebecca, says Daddy Pig.
Let's go really, really fast.
Says Rebecca. Richard wants to go on the roundabout with his big sister. Peppa sighs.
If Richard gets on, it means we can't go fast.
Richard,
Perhaps you'd like to play with George instead.
says Mummy Rabbit.
No,
Says Richard.
George has a dinosaur just like yours.
Says Mummy Rabbit.
Let's go and see.
Richard is the same age as George, and they both love dinosaurs.
Richard wanted to see George's dinosaur.
Says Mummy Rabbit.
Dinosaur!
Roars George. George and Richard both giggle. George, can Richard play with your dinosaur? Asks Mummy Pig.
No,
Says George.
Richard, can George play with your dinosaur?
asks Mummy Rabbit.
No,
Says Richard. George and Richard do not want to share their dinosaurs. Mummy Rabbit gives both dinosaurs to George. George laughs and Richard starts to cry. Then Mummy Pig gives both dinosaurs to Richard. Richard laughs and George starts to cry.
George and Richard always cry when they play together,
Says Peppa.
Can you two big girls teach him how to play together?
Asks Mummy Rabbit. Peppa and Rebecca take George and Richard to the sand pit. The girls show their brothers how to make sand castles.
Wow!
George uses his spade to squash Richard's sandcastle. Richard cries. Richard uses his spade to squash George's sandcastle. George cries. This game has not gone very well. Oh no! George, what's your favourite thing in the whole playground? Asks Mummy Pig.
Seesaw,
Shouts George. George sits on one end of the seesaw, but it needs someone on the other end. Richard wants to play on the seesaw too. Mummy Rabbit lifts Richard onto the seesaw. George and Richard go up and down on the seesaw.
George and Richard are playing together,
Cheers Peppa. George likes Richard. Richard likes George. George and Richard like playing together. The end. Peppa Pig, Miss Rabbit's Day Off. Peppa, George and Susie Sheep have had a sleepover at Rebecca Rabbit's house.
It's fun having carrots for breakfast,
Laughs Peppa. I could eat carrots all day, agrees Daddy Rabbit. Mummy Rabbit's sister, Miss Rabbit, pops in to say hello. I can't stop long, she says. I've got lots of work to do. I'm working at the supermarket, selling ice creams and driving the bus.
Wow!
Miss Rabbit trips over one of Richard's toys.
Ouch!
Her ankle is hurt. Oh no!
You must stay here and get better,
Decides Miss Rabbit.
I'll do your work for you.
Mummy Rabbit puts Rebecca and her friends in charge of looking after Miss Rabbit. Luckily, Susie Sheep has her nurse's outfit with her.
Don't worry, she says. I am only a pretend nurse.
Mummy Rabbit goes straight to the supermarket.
Miss Rabbit is ill, she tells everyone. I'll be doing her job today.
Have you ever worked a checkout before? Asks Mrs. Dog. Mummy Rabbit has not. Running a supermarket checkout is quite hard. Miss Rabbit calls home.
We need more help, she cries. This job is going to take me all day.
Peppa phones Miss Rabbit's ice cream stall. Daddy Pig answers.
Miss Rabbit is ill. You've got to sell the ice cream today.
Oh, snorts Daddy Pig. I'm an expert at ice cream. He gets to work. Selling ice cream is quite hard. Soon the ice cream begins to melt. Oh no! The ice cream is all runny. Ice cream soup, anyone? Asks Daddy Pig. Peppa phones Grandad Dog.
Miss Rabbit is very ill. Can you drive her bus today?
Grandad Dog gets to work, but driving a bus is quite hard. It is even harder when you have cars to fix too. Oh no! Back at Rebecca Rabbit's house, Miss Rabbit is feeling better.
Can I get up now?
She asks. Susie Sheep shakes her head.
No. You must lie very still, but please keep breathing.
It's not easy doing all your jobs, says Mummy Rabbit at the end of the day. It's not easy sitting down all day, says Miss Rabbit. She will definitely be back at work tomorrow. The end. Peppa Pig. Peppa plays rugby. Peppa, George and Daddy Pig are visiting the Rabbit family. Daddy Pig and Daddy Rabbit are watching a rugby match on television. Come on, white team, shouts Daddy Pig. Come on, red team, cries Daddy Rabbit.
It's a bit loud in here,
Rebecca Rabbit tells Peppa.
Let's go and play somewhere else.
Peppa, George, Rebecca and Richard Rabbit leave the living room.
Our daddies are being very noisy today,
says Peppa. Suddenly the children hear more loud sounds.
Oh no, gasped Rebecca. Now the babies are awake. The noise from the rugby match woke them up, says Mummy Rabbit, holding Rosie and Robbie Rabbit.
Oh no!
Do you like watching rugby too? asked Peppa.
I like playing rugby, says Mummy Rabbit. My sister and I are quite good.
Wow.
Can you show us how to play, please? asked Peppa. What a great idea, says Mummy Rabbit.
Mummy Rabbit phones her sister, Miss Rabbit. She comes straight over.
Hello,
says Miss Rabbit.
You all look like you're ready to play rugby. Yes,
shout Peppa, George, Rebecca and Richard.
Let's start by passing the ball,
says Mummy Rabbit. Mummy Rabbit passes the ball to Miss Rabbit. Miss Rabbit passes it to Richard. Oh! cries Richard as the ball falls to the ground and bounces back up into the air.
This ball is a funny shape,
says Peppa.
It makes it hard to catch.
Don't worry, says Miss Rabbit. You can kick it instead.
Wow.
George gives the ball a kick. Then Rebecca grabs it and starts running.
Keep going,
says Mummy Rabbit.
You can get a try. Try's like a goal,
explains Miss Rabbit.
Wow.
The daddies come out of the burrow. The match on television has finished, says Daddy Pig. Now we can cheer you on. Everybody has lots of fun throwing and kicking the ball. After a little while, it starts to rain.
Oh no,
cries Peppa.
Do we have to go inside?
No, says Mummy Rabbit smiling.
Rugby is even more fun when it's wet outside.
Mummy Rabbit passes the ball to Miss Rabbit. Miss Rabbit catches it and slides through a muddy puddle. Sploosh!
Come on, she calls. Everyone join in.
The children have lots of fun in all the rain and mud. What a great match, cheers Daddy Pig. Hooray for the rugby players. Peppa loves rugby. Everyone loves rugby. The end. Peppa's Valentine's Day. It is almost Valentine's Day. There are lots of special cards and packages in the mail today. Zoe Zebra is helping her dad, the mailman, deliver letters all over town. She has one special letter for her friend Peppa Pig. Inside, Peppa and George hear the mail come through the slot on the front door.
We've got some letters,
cries Peppa. She and George bring the letters to Mummy Pig and Daddy Pig as fast as they can.
I wonder if there's something for me,
says Peppa. You have a valentine from Zoe Zebra, Peppa, says Mummy Pig.
What is a valentine?
Peppa asks. Mummy Pig smiles. It is a card you send around Valentine's Day to tell everyone you love how much they mean to you, she says.
Can I make a valentine for Zoe?
Peppa asks. Of course, Mummy Pig says. George wants to help. Peppa makes a card with a big pink heart and a bright red envelope for Zoe. Mummy Pig helps her write a note. It is so much fun that Peppa decides to make valentines for all her friends.
Mummy, what else happens on Valentine's Day?
Peppa asks. Valentine's Day is all about spending time with those you love, Mummy Pig says.
Can my friends come over and play?
Peppa asks. That's a lovely idea, Peppa, Mummy Pig says. We can have Valentine's Day party. Peppa makes lots of colourful valentines. Mummy Pig helps her write about her party. They put the valentines into envelopes and address them to her friends. Peppa can't wait to deliver the valentines. She goes with her family to Zoe Zebra's house to drop off her card first. Mr. Zebra answers the door.
Special delivery,
says Peppa. Zoe runs down the stairs, followed by Mrs. Zebra and Zoe's twin sisters, Zaza and Zuzu.
Thank you for my valentine, Zoe,
Peppa says.
I made you one too.
Peppa hands Zoe her card.
Hooray!
Zoe says.
Wait till you hear the best part,
Peppa says.
I'm having a Valentine's Day party at my house tomorrow. Yay!
Cheers, Zoe.
I can't wait.
Mr. Zebra offers to take Peppa and Zoe around town in his mail truck to deliver the rest of the valentines. The girls hop in and buckle up. Mr. Zebra drives Peppa and Zoe to Rebecca Rabbit's house next. Rebecca is very surprised. By the end of the day, Peppa and Zoe have delivered all the valentines. Everyone can come to the party. The next day, everyone gets ready for the party. Peppa and George put up decorations. Daddy Pig blows up balloons. Mummy Pig bakes special treats.
Everything is ready,
says Peppa. Almost everything, says Daddy Pig. I have one last valentine to deliver. The guests will be here soon, says Mummy Pig. Then it's a good thing it's for you, Mummy Pig, Daddy Pig says, handing her a card. All of Peppa's friends soon arrive at the party. Many have brought their own Valentines to share. Peppa feels very special. She and Zoe dance, sing, and eat sweet treats all day with their friends. Happy Valentine's Day, Peppa. The end. Peppa Pig, Peppa's best sleepover. Peppa and Mandy Mouse are having a sleepover at Peppa's house.
We're going to put on a show with our teddies, build a magical den, and have a giant feast,
says Peppa.
Yes,
cheers Mandy.
It's going to be the best sleepover ever,
finishes Peppa.
Can we have some craft things to make a stage, please?
asks Peppa. Of course, says Mummy Pig. She brings Peppa and Mandy everything they need, then helps them to make a stage. Peppa and Mandy put on a show with their teddies. Bravo! cheers Daddy Pig. After the show, Peppa and Mandy start building their magical den.
Mummy, Daddy, can you help us, please?
says Peppa. What's the matter, Peppa? asked Daddy Pig.
I can't get my sleeping bag out,
says Peppa.
And the fairy lights are all tangled up,
Mandy adds. With a little help from Daddy Pig, Peppa and Mandy finish their den. They have lots of fun being princesses in the den until...
My tummy is rumbling,
says Peppa.
Mine too,
says Mandy.
Time for our feast,
says Peppa.
Yippee!
cheers Mandy. Peppa and Mandy head to the kitchen. Mummy Pig, Daddy Pig and George are already busy baking. Would you like to join us, Princess Mandy and Princess Peppa? says Daddy Pig. We're making a giant feast.
Oh, yes, please,
cheer Peppa and Mandy. Peppa and Mandy go back to the den and tuck into their feast.
Yummy,
says Peppa.
Delicious,
says Mandy. After the feast, Mummy Pig helps Peppa, Mandy and George brush their teeth. Daddy Pig reads Peppa, Mandy and George a special sleepover bedtime story. I wonder what you will dream about tonight, he says, closing the book. Peppa says,
I think we're going to dream about the best sleepover ever,
finishes Mandy. Everyone laughs. Mummy and Daddy Pig tuck Peppa into her sleeping bag.
Thank you,
she whispers. You're welcome, Peppa, say Mummy and Daddy Pig together. But Peppa and Mandy have already fallen asleep. Peppa loves sleepovers. Everyone loves sleepovers. The end.
Hi kids, did you have fun watching this video? Then like and subscribe for more.